The World Bank and Vietnam, a strong and enduring partnership. In 1976, the dawn of partnership. After reunification in 1975, the Socialist Republic of Vietnam became a member of World Bank Group. 2 years later, the first World Bank Economic Mission visited the country and published the Vietnam Economic Report. In 1978, first credit approved, Vietnam received its first loan of $60 million from the International Development Association (IDA for short) for the Giao Tiên irrigation project covering 14,000 hectares and for the construction of dam on the Saigon River. In 1986, Vietnam's renovation, the Sixth Congress of Communist Party launched a comprehensive right core reforms toward reforms of socio-economic life in Vietnam. In 1993, consecutive world meetings. The first consecutive world meeting CG from Vietnam was held in Paris. CG meetings are co-chaired by the Vietnam government and World Bank and attended by partners to address development issues. Since 1999, they have been held in Hanoi. In 1993, Education for All, the primary education project provided more and better school books, built classrooms, and improved school management in 5 rural provinces. It also improved enrollment rate to 95% in 2002 from 86% in 1993. In 1994, Economic Dynamics, Vietnam received a $150 million structural adjustment credit that contributed to transform it from a transitory blend to the market economy, making it one of the most dynamic emerging markets in the region. In 1996, improving access to rural credit services, 3 rural finance projects totaling $522 million provided the first credit access for households, strengthens financial institutions, and generated new sources of employment. In 2000, the Knowledge Bank, the annual Vietnam Development Report, helps develop the common understanding of policy agenda with the government and the donor community. Other analytical work fits into the policy dialogue and in the creation of the new laws. In 2001, A Way Out of Poverty, the bank's work is considered best practice for monitoring impacts of development on the poor. Its 10 poverty reduction support credits aim to fight corruption and improve the lives of the poor. In 2004, Powering Up Rural Development, under the second Rural Energy Project, over 2.7 million people in some of the poorest parts of Vietnam gained access to electricity, as 555,327 households were connected to the national grid. In 2005, RideSafe Save Lives, with 6.5 fatalities per 10,000 vehicle a year, accidents on Vietnam's roads are the major contributing factor to the national entering crisis. The Vietnam Road Safety Project has been working to bring together health, education, police, and highway agencies in order to save lives. In 2006, enhancing healthcare services. The bank is working to improve healthcare services for more than 20 million people. 3 regional health projects that target the poor support the implementation of the new health insurance law at local levels. In 2006, Connecting People. The third rural transport project is reaching some of the most inaccessible mountainous regions in northern Vietnam's 33 provinces, linking poor communities to better markets and services via all-weather roads. In 2007, improving water supply and sanitation. Investment in innovative programs in water and sanitation provides more access to clean water in rural areas and the cities. In 2008, new approach to gender equality, following 2 banks supported pilot project in the early 2000s. A landmark law was passed making it mandatory for both husbands and wives named to appear on land title. In 2009, toward the middle-income Vietnam, in 2009, the bank approved a $500 million loan to support public investment reforms. This is Vietnam's biggest loan to date, the first from the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development (IBRD). In 2011, renewable and low-cost energy. The $300 million Trung Sơn hydropower project is intended to provide clean, renewable and low-cost energy, and also aim to improve or restore livelihoods and living standards of affected households and villages. And in the year 2012, looking forward, the World Bank's New Country Partnership strategies support the Vietnam government focus on pressing for much-needed reform aimed at sustaining growth that uplifts the lives of the poor while protecting environment.